decree on Monday, Cyprus ordered 1,500 municipal bodies, so cities and towns, to transfer their cash reserves to the federal government so that the federal government could pay off its foreign debts. The mayor of Athens is furious. He says the move is unconstitutional and could asphyxiate the capital. We're fortunate enough to have him join us now on set. G.Καμίνης, welcome very much to Surveillance. So nice to have you here.
Morning.
Obviously, this move looks pretty pathetic because Cyprus is desperate to pay off the international creditors. But how do you respond to that? He had no other choice but to take the money from you.
Well, anyway, you know, we would like to help the government, and we have a moral obligation to do so. But there should have been a previous consultation on that, a deliberation. So in order, if we are to hand out our cash reserve, we should know, we should have more information, we should know what's going on.
You're famously nonpartisan. If you think that Syriza and Cyprus's government are not going to be able to cut a deal with the Troika, why not come out and publicly oppose him? Why not get political about this?
No, actually our country now is in a negotiation. And the problem of Greece always has been that even in fundamental issues we have not arrived to a certain degree of national unity. So we have to back up the government, but at the same time the government must keep in mind that 80% of the Greek population wants to stay in Europe and remain in the Eurozone. So that is the most essential. We have a national unity on the target of remaining in the Euro, and the government must take it under very, very serious consideration.
Mayor, you have joint citizenship. You were born in New York. I want you to speak to the American people, but particularly to EU leaders right now. You are in the trenches of this crisis with your tenure of 5 years. What is your message to the Germans that Brendan Greeley speaks to, or the Americans watching this show, about the will of the Greek people, not the fancy guys in suits and ties or suits and no ties? What's the will of the Greek people this April?
As I told you, it's very, very clear. The message is very clear. We have here a people that has suffered for 5 years. We have an unemployment rate of almost 30%, 60% among young people. So people have suffered. It's true that the reforms that should have been done have remained in midway till the end of that. We should pursue. We should continue with the reforms, but Greek people, and that is a very clear message, I can assure you, we want to remain in Europe. We are at the core of the European Union. We're going through a very severe
crisis. Should there be a new government? After the ballet of Riga Latvia, should your nation have a new government?
No. No, we have already had elections. We cannot change government every day. So what we need is that the government takes under consideration this will of the people, but at the same time, European leaders must think of the people that has suffered for 5 years with the problems that I just mentioned to you. Think of the unemployment and the economic crisis.
I want to talk a little bit about that suffering in Athens. As the people in your Athens watch these talks, you say they want to stay in the EU. Do they watch TV, the comments coming out of Riga with hope or with despair?
Well, they are with skepticism. With skepticism. Think about these people. I come to the same issue now. 5 years suffering, and they still remain calm. Imagine what could have happened maybe in other societies with the unemployment rate that I just mentioned.
Dr. O'Neill, got a question here. Shannon O'Neill from CFR for the mayor, please.
So what can you do from a local level to help the federal government achieve this, achieve some sort of negotiation or stay in the euro?
In the local government, we have a mandate of 5 years. We are, a center of gravity there for the political system. And what we are trying to do is to show how things should have been done. We're making our economies, we are helping poor people, and we're trying to foster economy and entrepreneurship in Athens.
Are you making preparations for a default, though, if we don't get a deal?
No. No, there are no preparations for default. Default is the chaos.
Yeah.
So we are not preparing the chaos now. Now we are confident, we are trying very hard, we are optimistic, and I think that finally Greece will arrive to a compromise with our creditors. Remain in Europe.
Mayor Kamίνης, thank you so much. Mayor G.Καμίνης, the mayor of Athens, Greece, joining us here on set. You have a safe trip home to Athens. Still to come here on Bloomberg Television this evening, Bloomberg West's Emily Chang has an exclusive interview with Sheryl Sandberg, the CEO of Facebook, and Richard Branson, the founder of Virgin Group. Tune in tonight for that.